Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions. I'm your host, Ringo. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Top of the morning, Moriah Mills pretty much has a lawsuit that is out there. And it's just sad, man, how the dating world has turned into one big mess where a man can't even live his life, bro. I now realize why a lot of these guys would rather just go overseas, smash, dash, do whatever they got to do, and then head on back to the States. You got this woman who, in my opinion, is a science project, who is filing lawsuits against Mulling Williamson, claiming that she was SA'd. And she wants the public to believe that. Now, according to TMZ, it says that Moriah Mills contacts Tony Busby. Basically, she's trying to sick the attorneys on Mr. Williamson, claiming that she was SA'd and how she had a fling with Mr. Williamson. And we're supposed to believe that. It says Moriah Mills, the influencer model. I don't even know why they put model in there, because she's a science project, like I said. Right? Respectfully, a science project. Moriah Mills, the influencer and / model who claim to have had a fling with Zion Williamson back in 2023, has contacted Tony Busby and is mulling a lawsuit against the NBA star, TMZ Sports has learned. Now, how many times do we see these things happening, guys? Where women come out of the woodwork filing lawsuits against men, claiming they were SA'd. How many times do we see this? How many times? How many times, guys, do we have to keep seeing these stories before we realize there's a dangerous game being played right now on men, where you can't trust women at all because they're after money. That's it. They'll fool around with you. They'll play along. They'll play the game. And then when things are not going right in their life, when, whatever's going on, they know what they do. Then they come up with some bogus lawsuit, claiming that they were touched, claiming that you violated them. They start playing the victim. And we're supposed to just believe whatever we hear. That's what we're supposed to do. Again, Miss Science Project wants you to believe that. It says Busby, the famed attorney best known for representing Deshaun Watson and Diddy accusers, told us on Friday, just hours after a Jane Doe filed a rape suit against Mr. Williamson in Los Angeles, that Mills has reached out to him over the potential of filing her own litigation against the 24-year-old New Orleans Pelicans forward. Busby stated, for now, he is in the process of evaluating her claims. Mills, of course, unleashed a slew of unflattering claims against Williamson on her X page roughly 2 years ago. At one point, even alleging he had been intimate with her just days before he announced he was expecting a baby with another woman. I mean, when you think about how women operate on social media, guys, how she is on her social medias just spreading a bunch of nonsense about this man to try to bring him down in order to shake him down for money. because she couldn't get her way. It's always because they can't get their way, guys. So what does this do for dating? Well, what it does is it just makes men not trust women. It just makes men in America think twice and count the cost and be like, you know what? It ain't even worth it. It ain't even worth it because you got these women out here doing this stuff and it's pure evil. Like, she's a mess. You go to her social media pages, you look at this woman and you're like, nah, I'm not buying nothing she says. Clearly, she's after money. You know, and this is why, guys, you could be dating these women out here and they're just waiting for a nice little opportunity. When they see some money coming in, then they'll just pop up and be like, yeah, you know, I was SA'd. You know, I'm a victim. I'm so hurt. I'm just so down. This is what they do, guys. We see the pattern every time. How many lawsuits do you see coming out on men? They always claiming they were SA'd. And it seems like anybody you date is claiming these claims. So it got to be very alarming to men to realize that it seems as if though you could just date women and all of a sudden now you can have 10 women from your past that you dated popping up out of the woodworks talking about, yeah, I was touched. He put something in my drink and I don't know what he did, but I woke up and I didn't have no clothes on and I was just so sad. And, you know, I've been in therapy and I'm just a victim. You know, that's what she's doing. So Busby stated for now, he is in the process of evaluating her claims. Mills, of course, unleashed a slew of unflattering claims against Williamson on her X page roughly 2 years ago. At one point, even alleging he had been intimate with her just days before he announced he was expecting a baby with another woman. Now, think about how messy that is. So you want us to believe that you were SA'd, you were violated, but you were intimate with him days before some other woman he was with was expecting a baby. So you out here 3-4ing it up, throwing it back, getting your back blown out, consensually signing up. But now all of a sudden you filing lawsuits. And we taking this serious? We really taking this garbage serious? You know? It's sick. It's absolutely sick. And the internet eats it up. I went to her Instagram page and just started bust out laughing. The reason why I bust out laughing because I took one look at her and the first thought I thought of was Science Project. Miss Potato Head. That's the first thing that I thought of, guys. No cap. You know? Because in my mind, I'm like, what is that? And why are so many men so thirsty on her page, dog? Like, this is what I pretty much see. That's what I see, guys. I see somebody that literally went under the knife 1,000 times and made a lot of bad choices. Ruined their whole life. Looking crazy. I don't see what men see anymore with these women. Like, it's just a major turnoff, man. Attitudes is bad. Fake behind, fake body, fake hair, fake eyes, fake lips. Everything's fake. You know, what's the difference between her and a trans man? Like, what's the difference? I want to know. What exactly is the difference? At this point, you don't even know what you're getting anymore. You know? It's just sick out here, man. So she's trying to mess up whatever relationships he's in. And it goes on and it says, we ran into her in downtown LA on Friday. She declined to get into details of what she would be asking for in a potential suit. So she's asking for money, not prison time. Now, guys, think about what I'm saying here. Every single time these ladies file these lawsuits, they never focus on a man going to prison. They focus on money, because this is the new hustle. The new hustle now is you date a man, sleep with him, let him nut on your face a couple of times. Then 2-3 years later, you file a lawsuit claiming that you were SA'd. And the world will believe it because you're a woman. That we're supposed to believe it. We're not supposed to believe the man. You know? And this is going on. It's sick. So it says that details of what she would be asking for in a potential suit, but she did offer her prayers to Williamson, latest accuser. So now she claimed that she's offering prayers to his latest accuser. You see? So now, what is this accuser claiming? Well, based on the news, it says that Zion Williamson sued, allegedly raped, kidnapped, and terrorized his ex. Now, think about it. You got that woman claiming that she's filing lawsuits. Then you got some other victim claiming that she was kidnapped. Doesn't that sound like the whole Cassie situation all over again? Doesn't that sound like the same charges against Diddy? It's the same thing, guys. It's a hustle. It's a hustle, and it's old now. It's like it's not even funny anymore. It's not entertaining. It's very, very sick, and it should alarm men, because these women are literally out here just making up stories as they go. It goes on and it says, Williams' attorney released a statement on the lawsuit calling the claims categorically false and reckless. A woman claiming to be one of Zion Williams' exes has filed a lawsuit against the NBA star, alleging he raped, kidnapped, and terrorized her on multiple occasions through their year-long relationship. But notice, guys, she was getting violated for years. But guess what? She never called the police, never made reports, never did nothing. Typical MO. Play the victim, but you never call the police, because after all, they never do. They wait for when the money's rolling in, and then out of the blue, they file suit. That's what they do, guys. So it says the explosive suit, which has been obtained by TMZ Sport, was filed in Los Angeles on Thursday by Jane Doe, who says she began dating Williams in 2018 while he was playing for the Duke men's basketball team. So let me get this straight. So you started dating him in 2018, but it's 2025, and now you're talking about lawsuits. No police reports. No nothing. Why? Because the opportunity is good now. Now it's time to get paid. The woman alleged that in 2020, a little over a year after Williams left the Blue Devils to join the New Orleans Pelicans, the basketball player raped and assaulted her in Southern California. So after he made a transition, started to make more money, now all of a sudden she got raped. According to the suit, the violent incident took place in September 23rd, 2020, after the woman had gone to Williams' Beverly Hills his home. They always go to your home to get their back blown out, and then once their back is blown out, then they file suit. Guys, you got to be very careful dealing with women, guys. You got to be very careful now. Look, if you're one of them brothers that travel overseas, man, to deal with these women, bro, do your thing, man. We just did a video the other day of some dude that did that, went overseas. He got attacked by women. If you're one of them guys, man, that travel overseas, man, to smash, do whatever you got to do. Do whatever you got to do, bro. I don't care no more, man. Because you got women in America that see stories like this and they don't say anything about it. And when us men report on this kind of news, and we see these kind of evil stories, it says a lot about women. It says you can't trust them. It says that it don't make no sense you get into a relationship with them. It says that if we're going to fuck, we're going to write a contract out. In other words, if we're going to suck this damn, you know what, you're going to have to write this contract up. That way I can have it in writing that you suck this, you know what. Because nowadays you can't even deal with a woman because she's going to come back later down the line and say you molested her. That's what's going on now. And I guarantee you, she was just a 304 trying to get with a brother and did whatever she had to do. And now all of a sudden she feel like, well, you know what? I got to get paid. He making all this money. He's not my man. I got to get money. I got to get this money. And that's what it is. Because you got all these victims and what? They all after money. They're not after, well, I want him to serve life in prison. He raped me. He did this. He did that. I want him to serve. No. You know why? Because they never filed any police reports. There was never any issues back then. It's because they see the money. The money is talking. And that is what makes them come out of the woodworks, guys. The money. That's what's going on. You know? So from 2018, they've been plotting on this man. Plotting. And that's what they do, guys. Plot. Plot on you when your success is coming in. Things start rolling. Then they come in and say, yeah, you know, I was touched. He did this to me. You know? So it goes on and it says that she went to his home, right? It says, according to the suit, the violent incident took place on September 23rd, 2020, after the woman had gone to Williams' Beverly Hills home. Okay, where's the police report? If the violent incident took place in 2020 when he went to his home, where's the police report? Where is it? None. The accuser says she told Williamson she was tired and wanted to go to sleep, but he called her stuck up and a bitch and told her she could not go to sleep without having sex with him. Really? You really want us to believe this mess? Out of all the women in the world, he's going to tell you, you can't go to sleep until you have sex with me. Williamson then allegedly pinned her down. Notice that he pinned her down, but she then pinned the phone to herself and called 911. And we're supposed to believe this garbage. Ladies, this is a very serious issue. And it's look, I'm speaking to men. And I'm telling you guys, all this dating stuff, trying to have a relationship, trying to do that, man, throw that out the window. It's over. You deal with women, you just deal with them accordingly, guys. Forget all of this mess, man. Forget it. Because at this point, you cannot throw your life away because what they're doing is they're sitting back waiting. This woman was plotting, waiting on her opportunity to strike. You know? And it's two of them. Two of them, guys. Two are basically claiming the same thing. So how could a man that's in sports is out here SAing women and none of these women call the police yet? No police reports from all of these alleged victims. I'm tired of these stories, bro. They're fake. They're just made up to get money. And then all the blogs, all the sites publish it. It becomes entertainment. And it's all over social media. And then another black man get dragged through the mud while he's trying to take care of business. And some woman end up benefiting and getting rich. Like Cassie, when she's a 304 and loves swallowing pipes. But Diddy gave her 20 million. Somebody said, well, he must be wrong if he gave her 20 million. No, it's not that he's wrong. That's called damage control. Why? Because when you're a media mogul, the last thing you want is all your sexual business on the streets. 20 million is nothing. You know? And for all you know, that kid that she got is probably Diddy's. For all you know, that kid that she's pregnant with, probably Diddy's kid, for all you know. You never know, fam. Probably Diddy's kid. You know, so it goes on and it says that he pinned her down on the bed and sexually assaulted her. Afterward, the lawsuit states Williams took her phone, threw it, and then choked and screamed at her for talking too much. The woman alleged Williams emitted an odor of alcohol throughout the encounter. So now she's alleging that he was drunk. But notice, where's the police report? Let's continue reading. We might find it. Let's see. Days later, on October 10th, 2020, the accuser alleged Williamson raped her again. So let me get this straight. He raped you once, right? Then, wait, let's get the timeline of events, guys. Let's get the timeline of events because this is getting really sick. So on September 23rd, 2020, you were raped at his home, right? Then, after that, you didn't call the police. No police report, no nothing. Now, October 10th, even after you claim he did all of these things to you, now, October 10th, the accuser alleged Williamson raped her again. After he got angry and she wanted to leave him to visit friends in San Diego. According to the suit, Williamson took her phone and laptop following the sexual assault, preventing her from getting medical care. Really? So he prevented her from getting medical care, but she had no means to dial 911 and call the cops. Y'all don't see a pattern. Y'all don't see an issue. Because, you know, when we cover these stories, we don't get the likes, we don't get the views, we don't get nothing. We're the best in the game when we report on this news. You know, people just sit back in the clouds hating all day. I don't even know why y'all here. Y'all don't click the like button. Y'all don't support the shows, nothing. And it's sad. I'm breaking this thing down thoroughly. Nobody should be listening to this case. Nobody should even take this serious. And then on top of that, they contact Busby. Come on, man. Everything is one big hustle. You guys need to protect yourselves, man. And you protect yourself by not dealing with these women at all. Because you out here having these flings, because you got money, you could go out there and just do whatever you want to do. No, you're dealing with the wrong women, bro. You're dealing with the wrong women. How the hell did this woman gonna claim she was violated once? She don't call the cops. She don't get help. She don't tell a friend, but then she go back to him and get violated again? Come on, man. How many times are we gonna hear these fake stories before somebody do something about it? Where's the protection for men? Right? So it goes on and says these two incidents were not isolated. The lawsuit states Williamson continued to abuse, rape, assault, and let me see what else we got. Continued to rape, assault, this woman. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second. Okay, let me see what we got. Okay, where were we now? Days later, on October 10th, I'm just gonna start it back from the top because I'm keep being interrupted. Days later, on October 10th, 2020, the accuser alleged Williamson raped her again after he got angry that she wanted to leave him. So she wants us to believe that he got angry because she wanted to leave him. That's what she wanted us to believe. So he raped her. Why would a man do that? Why would a man rape a woman because she want to leave him? Why would he do that? Does that make sense? But that's what she want you to believe. You see? Yeah. Listen. We already know the truth, guys. We already know he's the one that wanted to leave her. You know, he wanted her to leave. He wanted to leave her alone because he found out she crazy. And a lot of times, guys, these women that you deal with, they're crazy. They're crazy, literally. And you be trying to get away, and they don't want you to get away. They feel they own you. So if they can't get with you, they try to destroy you because they're evil. Period. And this is why you got to protect yourself, guys. And you protect yourself by not dealing with them. It's simple as that. Just don't deal with them. You out here messing around with all these different women, I'm telling you right now, it's going to all come back. Get into relationships, doing this, doing that. You're intimate with them, you're letting her throw it back, do all these different things with you. She's going to come back 4 years later, talking about a year. We went to the hotel. He forced me. He threatened me. I was fearful, so I just kind of went along with it. I got pregnant. That's what she's going to do to you. It says the two incidents were not isolated. The lawsuit state Williams continued to abuse, rape, assault, and batter plaintiff in California and other states. So he was traveling around from state to state just battering this woman over and over. That's what he was doing. Traveling from state to state, finding her locations, and then just gaining access. And there's no police reports at all. And we're just going to believe this garbage. We're just going to believe this nonsense. See, the thing is, Austin said consequences ain't no joke. That it's not even about consequences. It's like it doesn't even make sense. Men are supposed to deal with women. That's a normal thing in life. But now it's at the point where you can't even date women because this is what they're going to do. This is what they're going to do, guys. You can't even deal with them. Especially these influencer women. Don't even do it. Don't even do it, bro. A lot of these influencer women are the most dangerous of all, bro. They could look good on camera, put on their makeup, look real nice. You would want to smash, blow her back out, bro. I'm telling you right now, man. They're just waiting for you to get with them, get intimate with them, even impregnate them, and then the lawsuit's coming, bro. And then with her following on social media, man, she started making the videos and start with the nonsense, bro. It's not even worth it, bro. You're best going overseas, bro, at the end of the day. And I don't even support all of that going overseas mess, bro. But at this point, man, there ain't no hope, bro. There is really no hope. This is a bad time. It's a bad time. And in this day, it's the worst time in dating history, bro. You can't even deal with women, bro. You can't. It's like, just focus on your money, focus on your peace, hit the gym, and just deal with them accordingly. No marriages, bro. No marriages. None. If you know you're going to smash, bro, have a camera set up. Let her know. Let her write down, okay, I consent to this, that. Get it in writing, bro. Y'all think I'm damn near joking. I'm not joking, bro. If a sister is going to kick it with you, bro, write up a damn contract. I'm fucking serious, dog. Write up a contract that I, Melissa, whatever, or Tanisha, whatever, hereby says that I'm going to suck this blank. And I consent to X, Y, and Z. I'm at his crib, and I like him, and I like when he blow my back out, and you let her sign, you get that damn thing notarized. I'm serious, man. Y'all playing games. Forget all of that. We're going to get paperwork, bro. We're going to get paperwork. I'm going to have a file cabinet, and we're going to have to just start filing these women in a damn cabinet. Because you got to protect yourself. That way, anything go down, you be like, Your Honor, I got a file on her from December all the way to June. I got a file. Every time we had an encounter, I made her sign documents. So I don't know what she talking about, grape and all this other mess. There ain't no police reports. We have all her signatures. She signed all of these contracts. I made my attorney see all of these contracts. You know? I'm just saying, dog. So you got to do what you got to do. Because now it's dangerous, bro. You can't even kick it with a woman no more, bro. You can't even talk with her behind the scenes. You can't even say nothing to her, bro. You just got to just stay away, man. Really do. You got to just do what you got to do, bro. That's why these guys go overseas. You ever notice the women overseas don't be filing no lawsuits? It's only the women in the States, bro. Only the women in the States be doing this mess, bro. So it goes on and it says, the lawsuit states Williams strangled the woman with such force. Notice that he strangled her with such force that she reasonably feared for her life and eventually lost consciousness multiple times between 2020 and 2023, California and Louisiana. The woman also claimed Williams threatened to have his security guard shoot her in the head multiple times. She alleged Williams threatened to have his security kill her parents as well. I mean, all of this negative stuff, no police reports. No police reports, guys. Notice all of these allegations, bro. Y'all can't see it? How women just make allegation after allegation after allegation and they don't file no police report. Never. It's only allegation. That's it. They file allegations in social media and then that's it. Guys, this could be you. This could be you. A lot of you guys messed around with women, took women to the telly, went here, went there, went on trips, did your thing. Now think about 3 of those women coming back talking about, hey, we found out that Andre got 10 million in his bank. You know what I mean? So let's all put together this story and say that, you know, we were raped back in 2020 at the same hotel to give a pattern that he did this to us all the time. You know, that's what they're going to do. So it goes on and it says, during one 2022 incident in Louisiana, the lawsuit states Williamson pointed a loaded firearm at the woman's head, causing her to reasonably fear for her life. Okay, where's the video? Where's the proof? We don't got none, so throw that out. That's just hearsay conjecture. That's it. The accuser says in the lawsuits, Williams often kicked her with his feet. Sounds like Diddy in the hall, right? At the motel, right? Didn't Diddy kick Cassie? Do you see how it's the same stuff? Same thing, guys. This is what they do all the time. Attorneys tell them to say these things publicly. Attorneys tell, look, guys, if you want to know the truth, I'm telling you it. Attorneys will tell these ladies, these are the things you say in your public statements. That he kicked you, that he did this, that he beat you, that he choked you. Because you need to shape public opinion about how horrible that man is. He's a monster. But he wasn't a monster when you had a fling. He wasn't a monster when you allowed him to blow your back out. He wasn't a monster then. Right? So it says he would kick her with his feet and beat her with his hands. She also claimed the 24-year-old would force her to leave her apartment and intentionally imprison her in a car until he transported her to a different location. So now they're trying to say kidnapping and trafficking her and all of that other junk. It goes on and says she said one time he, as he tried to stop her from escaping the vehicle, he hit her in the head with the door and caused her to lose consciousness. I mean, come on, people. We really believe in this garbage. And within all of these things, there's no witnesses, there's no cameras, there's no police reports, there's nothing there, guys. Nothing. Just all lies. This is what they're doing. Absolutely sick. It goes on and it says, according to the suit, when many of the wrongful acts were committed, Williamson was either drunk or on cocaine. So let me get this straight. You're with a man that's on cocaine. You're with a man who's drunk. So every time he violated you and SA'd you and beat you, he was always drunk, even though he's in sports. But yet, when he's on the court and doing whatever he got to do, there's no issues. Make that make sense, people. I'm telling you, man. So he's drunk all the time when he's violating you, but when he's in the game, he's doing what he got to do with no problems, right? It doesn't make any sense, guys. Quote, "We don't want to litigate this case in the media," Doe's attorney, Sammy Tyler of the Lehner law firm, told TMZ Sports on Friday. "But I will say this, as a very serious case, as reflected in the pleadings that have been filed, and our client looks forward to her day in court to seek justice in this matter." Notice, justice is never to put him in prison. Justice is defined as, I want to get some money. That's justice. If a man been beating you all this time, violating you sexually against your will, choking you out and kicking you and punching you, why would you not want him to just go to prison? Because he never did it. And you know that. But if you can shake him down for some money, that's what's important, because you get paid and your attorney get paid. It's all one big payday. That's all it is, guys. Payday. Money. You know? It's really sick. But this is what's going on, guys. This is what's going on in today's day. Women are suing these men and taking them to court to get money. That's what they're after. They're not after the truth. They're after money. Really sick, man. Let me see what else I got here. Give me a minute. Okay, so let's get back to the original content where we were reading with this woman, Moriah Mills, because she's also filing suit against Mr. Williamson. And what we were just previously talking about was the latest accuser. So it goes on and it says, Mr. Williamson's part, he vehemently denies the claims in the lawsuit filed Thursday, calling it a money grab. Well, we know it's a money grab. Even he believes it's a money grab. You know? Mills, meanwhile, sent a message to Zion saying, in part, "I just hope you change your ways because your job and your family and your legacy is on the line." Do you see what she's doing? This evil woman, bro, is doing this sick stuff, man. She's evil. Pure evil, guys. She's literally telling him, your career, your family, everything is on the line. This evil woman right here, bro. Anytime you see them with them shades on like that, that's evil. The devil is behind them shades, bro. She says, "I just hope that you change your ways because your job," notice, job, which is your money, family, which is your money, and your legacy is on the line, which is your money. Not your freedom, not you're going to jail. No, money. And this can happen to any of you guys. Any of you guys, this can happen to you. You know, with some woman you dated, some nonsense. And she come up talking about, "Oh yeah, you know, I was sexually assaulted and I was just fearing for my life and I just couldn't help myself." Even though she said she had a fling with this guy, a fling, which means you weren't important to him. You were just a fling. But now you want to cry wolf. You know? It's crazy, man. Shout out to Anthony for the support. Says the same bird that was trying to get pregnant by him. Well, it's two different women that is doing this. This science project lady here, this woman is a mess. I went to her Instagram page looking up to see who is this broad. Bro, I nearly vomit, bro. I don't see what the heck dudes see, but I see a science project. That's all I see. I see Miss Potato Head. That's all I see, guys. This woman got BBLs, thigh CLs, face L's. Why do you think they call it BBLs? It's a L. You know? It's crazy, man. Let's see what Mr. Williamson has to say. So Zion Williamson vehemently denies the grape lawsuit claims, vows defamation countersuit. Zion Williamson is adamantly denying claims made in a bombshell grape lawsuit filed this week, with the NBA star saying it's nothing more than a money grab. Now think about this. This guy is in the NBA trying to do his thing, trying to live his life. And you got two women out here trying to get money, knowing this is messing up his endorsement deals, sponsorships, the typical MO, guys. They know the kind of damage this does, but they don't care because they know it forces those pockets. In a statement to TMZ Sports, the 24-year-old Hooper's attorney called the allegations totally bogus, promising to fight back against the defamatory claims. And see, I hope that his attorneys cook this woman or these women and break them down to pieces. And also, he could get damages from this to financially burden them severely, to crush them. Because this is sick. If you were effing around and being a fling and you swallowed some nuts or whatever your situation is, just move on with your life. But to be crying wolf and claiming that a man violated you sexually when you know good and well that didn't happen is evil. You know? It goes on and it says, let me see. We take these allegations with the utmost seriousness and we unequivocally deny them. The allegations continue in the complaint are categorically false and reckless, Zion's attorney told us, adding, this appears to be an attempt to exploit a professional athlete driven by a financial motive rather than any legitimate grievance. And that's true, just like I told you. Because if these were victims, they would be pushing for this man to go to prison. There'll be a track record and a paper trail of police reports, complaints, restraining orders, you name it. But none of this exists because they just want money. Mr. Williamson and the plaintiff never dated, but did maintain a consensual, casual relationship that began more than 6 years ago. See? Meaning she was just a pump and dump project. That's it. It's an NBA baller. He don't got no relationship with you. You know good and well what it is. We go to the telly, I blow your back out, you go your way. Period. Bye. But no, she want money. 6 years ago. It goes on and says when he was 18. So when he was 18 years old is when she was messing with him. Imagine that. When you were 18, you messing with some chick. Now you're in your 20s, mid-20s. She come back later talking about, yeah, you violated her when she see the money coming in. That relationship ended years ago. At no point during or immediately after the relationship did the plaintiff raise any concerns. That's what I'm saying. No concerns. No concerns, no police reports, no nothing. Just like I told you, right? So it goes on. Let's see what it says. Give me a minute. Okay. Where is it? Yeah, she raised no concerns. Only after the friendship ended did she begin demanding millions of dollars. Mr. Williamson reported the plaintiff's extortion attempts to law enforcement. We understand that an arrest warrant was issued in connection with that report, and we are prepared to provide the court with documentation that supports these facts. Now, it's good that Mr. Williamson got paperwork to support that he contacted law enforcement due to the possible extortion situation. And I'm glad that he thought of that because she don't got no paperwork on him. And that's what I'm saying. Nothing. Which means everything was consensual. See, we got to know the difference between consensual versus something that's forced. A lot of women consent to being around a man, being intimate with men. And then when things don't work out with them, relationship-wise, then they claim they were raped and forced and held down against their will. All of that is lies. And there got to be more protection for men under these circumstances because we see a pattern of this happening every day. And all it does, it just makes us brothers as content creators come online, and we got to share this news, and we got to inform you guys not to get caught up, you know? And it don't have to be because you're a multimillionaire. You could just be a brother with a nice job doing your thing, and all of a sudden now a coworker that you used to have a fling with pull up out of nowhere talking about she was violated in the back room and how you graped her on the job for 4 years and how nobody cared and she was hurt and got pregnant and you wouldn't take care of her and blah, blah, blah. And now you get fired from your good paying job because they started investigating and they're like, you know what, we can't deal with this. And they end up letting you go. Happens all the time, guys. You know? So let's see what we got. Okay. So he reported this stuff as extortion to law enforcement. They took care of that. It goes on and it says, Mr. Wilson also intends to file counterclaims and seek significant damages for this defamatory lawsuit. I'm pretty sure he's going to win. While these allegations are false, we recognize the seriousness of the claims and welcome the opportunity to prove the truth in court. We are confident that the legal process will expose the truth and fully vindicate Mr. Williamson. As previously reported, an unidentified woman, Jane Doe, filed a lawsuit Thursday in Los Angeles accusing the Pelicans forward of terrorizing her over a several-year period, where she alleged Williamson raped and kidnapped her. Doe, who says she met Zion, while he was at Duke University, has not gone to police, according to her attorney, just like I told you guys. She never went to the police. So with all of these different reports and allegations of rape and sexual assaults and beatings and kidnappings and all this other mess, no police reports at all. None. Guys, you have to protect yourself out here, man. You have to protect yourself. It's really, really bad. We try to bring you news and commentary on these stories. We're the best in the game when it comes to reporting this type of news, but we don't get the kind of support that we deserve. We really don't. Nobody clicks the like buttons. Nobody shares the videos. They just act like we don't exist, even though they always come over here to get the news. They'd rather go to other content creators that don't break down nothing. We broke this thing down thoroughly. This woman is a scammer. She's extorting this man. Both of them. We're talking about both of these women. It's just a shakedown for money. That's it. He's innocent. If there's anything that he's guilty of, it's dealing with them. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that he's guilty of, is actually dealing with these women sexually. You know? And when you have money, guys, you got to move strategically. If you're going to get intimate with a woman, you got to just hire her for the night, man. For real. Get that contract going. I'm serious, man. Y'all busy thinking this is a game. You get with a woman, you tell her, look, I don't want no issues. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, it's kind of sketchy dealing with you ladies, man. I'm trying to do things organically, but y'all got brothers thinking twice, and I just don't want to deal with none of this drama. So I wrote up a little contract. I need for you to sign that. And this is what we're going to do. Every time we have an encounter, you signing these papers. You are signing these papers. We're going to get all this stuff notarized, and I'm going to make sure I got a file on you that you visit. We're going to get video. We're going to have evidence of everything, and everything is documented, because you're not going to come back later on talking about, I sexually did this to you and I beat you up and all this other stuff. And you don't got no police reports either, no injuries, no nothing. Nah, we're not buying that, man. You guys really got to do this. I understand at the spur of the moment, you just let things go down with women. You just go with the flow. But you guys have to start thinking smart now and get paperwork and do things right. You know, just like when you walk into a business building, you know, you show your ID, you get a sticker on you, they put a little tag and they document that you were at that building. Well, you got to do the same thing when you're dealing with these women, bro. That's what you got to do now. You know? You end up having a sister from high school end up coming back once you make it into the NBA, and all of a sudden now she's talking about, yeah, when we were in high school, he raped me. What? So let me get this straight. He raped you while you were in high school, but you didn't call the cops. You didn't tell the teachers, none of your friends. But now all of a sudden, because he's in the NBA making millions of dollars, now all of a sudden now you're telling a story that he held you down and forced you against your will. Really? Telling you, man, this is crazy. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get up on out of here, man. Y'all take care, rate, comment, and subscribe. Ringo TV Reactions salute you. Appreciate everybody sponsoring the show, supporting the work. I'll catch you later on with more content. We out of here. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Ringo TV Reactions, the #1 reactionary channel on YouTube, hands down. The best in the game. We out of here. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.